Good morning, dear yogis on our channel here at Our Echo. I'm Echo. So thank you for joining me today and bienvenidos a mi casa. So welcome to my house here in Guatemala, my little sanctuary by the water. I'm really grateful to invite you into this space. And today's practice is inspired by the water, the element of water, and our fluidity, and the ways in which we wave with life, the ways in which we surpass the greatest storms and the most uncalm seas, the most chaotic of rainstorms, essentially. And I know in those moments for myself, when I'm feeling that watery cup energy of emotions, that I get myself close to the earth and I connect with the element of earth and the land, la tierra, and I hold space for myself. You know, just as Mother Earth holds space for us, I bring myself as close to the ground as I can. And it reminds me of the etymology. I've had so many people tell me how much they love this word, but humility, really the etymology of it is to be close, to put our bodies to the earth. And so it's really to put yourself on the earth. And so I come into humility and those moments of emotion and reaction, because generally those spaces are an individualistic othering, like my pain, my grief, my suffering is unique, and it's this big energy, and there needs to be this connection to the earth again, to bring my body to the earth, to be humbled, that I'm not alone in that, and that no matter how unique my grief is or my pain, that we all feel it, and it might be a different flavor or essence, but I am not special, and I am. You know, I'm not special and I am, and you're not special and you are. And in your non-specialness is your specialness, because you are connected to everything and everyone. And so even here, we may never see each other eye to eye, but we are connected. And there is a reason that you're here today. And there's a reason that I'm here today. And there's a reason that this transaction, in a way, this exchange, this transmission is happening. So it's beautiful to humble ourselves and come into humility and bring ourselves close to the earth. So that being said, we'll start seated. And let's just go ahead and shut the eyes down. Hands resting on the knees. Begin to relax the muscles in the forehead, in the jawline, in the shoulders. Let's take an inhale, lengthen the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart, slowly. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to the heart. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to the heart. Bowing head to heart, bring an intention into your practice. For what reason are you here today? If there was no reason except, I'm curious, I'll click on that button. What is the curiosity now? Is it patience? Is it forgiveness? Is it sacred rage? There's no good and bad. What do you need to feel? What will serve you in this moment? Let's take a deep breath in through the nostrils, sigh out of the mouth. Comenzamos. Let's begin. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bend the right elbow, place the right hand between the shoulders, and bring the left hand back behind you, palm facing out, and try to reach for your fingertips, the right fingertips. Maybe you get a hold of it, maybe you get a hold of your shirt, maybe you need to grab a towel. Open the heart space, let the shoulders move down the back. Let's open our hearts right here. So a lot of times when we are in that watery cup energy, we're somewhere lower, so close to the hips in the second chakra and the sacral chakra. It's a lot of emotions there. And when we're in our emotions or reactivity, a lot of times we can't be in our hearts because it's all about us. It's about our pain. But when we can open our hearts, this 4th chakra energy from the sternum of the chest, we can actually unconditionally love. We can appreciate everything around us, and we can see our smallness in the grander scheme of things, and we can see the grandness in the grander scheme of things. Let's take an inhale, switch sides. So it's important when we're feeling really reactive to open the arm lines, open the heart space a bit more so that we can come into our hearts and not just be flooded by our emotions. Come out of our reactivity and come into empathy and compassion. I almost just made up a word there. I was going to say impassion, compassion and empathy together. I think I just made up a new word. Impassion. And again, just coming back to feeling the sense of the earth beneath you, always holding you stable and sturdy. Let's take an inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring the fingertips to the top of the shoulders, elbows pointing forward, and swim the elbows back. Back and forward. Open the heart space, opening energy in the ball and socket here. And do it with integrity. Go slow. And each time you move up and opening the heart, plug the shoulders down the back so we're not just hyperextending. Let's move in the opposite direction. That feels organic. And you might begin to feel subtle energy moving as we're opening the heart space. It's like we're wringing out like the, what are those? The Jack in the Box, to let the heart pop out. So you can just imagine the elbows springing around like the Jack in the Box, and let go. Hands to the knees. Let's take an inhale, open the heart space, bring the arms out to the side, look up. Exhale, palms together, rounding spine, chin into chest. Now inhale, bend the elbows, open the heart space, look up, shoulders down the back. Exhale, swim the arms forward, palms together, chin to chest. Inhale, open. And exhale, round in. Inhale, open. And exhale, round in. Inhale. And exhale. Let's inhale, reach up. And exhale, turn to the right. Right hand down behind you. Left hand on the right knee. Open the heart space. So we're twisting from the belly, lengthening the spine. And you don't need to crank the neck behind you, just to a normal degree, maybe like 45 degrees. Keep the left hand on the left knee. Reach the right arm up and over towards the left knee. So we're extending through the right side. Keep the right shoulder plugging down the back. Inhale, come up to center. And let's twist to the left side. Left hand down behind you, right hand on the left knee. Nice and long through the spine. Inhale, lengthen the left arm, lean towards the right knee, lengthen the left arm over the body. Find some length to the left side of the body. And back to center. Hands on the knees and pulling at the front of the knees. Take an inhale, pull the chest forward, look up. And exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, pull forward, open. And exhale, round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to center. Hands on the knees, so like we're kneading dough. Like a little cat pawing at the thighs. And begin to take some circles. So bringing the chest down, bend the elbows, moving in small circles, kneading the dough of the thighs. Nice and slow. Coordinate with your breath in an organic fashion. And don't go deeper than you need. Like, let this feel good. Move in the opposite direction when it feels time to shift. Close the eyes, and you can kind of just feel like you're at sea, you know? Just moving through the water. Let's move in the opposite direction again. And the opposite direction once again. Let's come back up to center. So we're going to do a little bit of Tai Chi to just move some energy through the body. So a lot of times when there's a lot of emotions that can get stuck, we can feel buzzy and anxious. And so a good way to work with that is just moving stuck energy. And because the arm lines connect a lot with the heart and grief, we're going to try to move some energy through the arms. So you're going to make a little kind of like you're holding a basketball with the hands, and you're going to bring them together. So like you're clapping, but you're interweaving the hands. You can let the shoulders relax. You can close the eyes and move a little bit faster, creating some pressure in palms. And we're also releasing any energy that might be stuck in the wrist. So some of us, if we have any kind of history of sore wrists from writing all day or being on a computer, it's really good to move some energy through this space, because this later on in life can bring in carpal tunnel, a little bit of pain in the hands and the fingers. You can stop, bring hands to the lap for a moment, sitting up nice and tall, let the energy move through the body. Let's take an inhale, lengthen the arms up. Exhale, pull the energy down through the center, palms facing down. And imagine as you come down, holding the palms just right above the navel space, the dantian. Just imagine that good energy flow going into the belly, to the space where the hips are, relaxing, relieving any stuck emotions. And release the shoulders, the chest, the belly. And slowly open the eyes. So this time, the outer edge of the pinky, we're going to just bring this together. And you're not beating yourself. Let this be kind. So if you're tender, let it be very light. You do this about 50 to 100 times. So just relaxing the shoulders, you can close the eyes, come into breath. Shake the hands. And let's take an inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Palms pressing down through center. Drawing that energy down to the core. Palms lightly over the dantian. Imagine that energy going in, soothing any uproar of waters here. Rest the hands. Let's take the legs out wide, and don't go your absolute widest, because we're going to fold and that can be challenging. But wide enough to where the toes can still flex towards the shins. And let's take an inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, slowly begin to fold forward. And maybe you only go just a few inches. That's okay. Maybe you need couch cushions to build up, hold on to. If you can go a little bit lower, you could go into the forearms, but keep the spine straight. and we fold in. Sometimes I like to, when I can get really lower to the ground, I'll use my 2 fists and I'll place my forehead down to the fist. But today I'm feeling a little tender, so I'm going to stay a little bit more upright on the forearms. So you decide for yourself what is your edge. And as we stay a little bit longer, you might want to go a little bit deeper, but keep the integrity of the spine. Don't overextend for the sake of overextending. If your body doesn't naturally want to go there, listen, that's a natural boundary. Four more breaths here. Let's pull the chest up, bring the feet together, and let the knees go wide, hands to the shins. Take an inhale, nice and tall. And exhale, slowly fold. You can use the elbows to press the knees open. And again, for some of us who might only go a few inches, you might need a couch cushion under the seat or a block. And if you can go a little bit deeper, go for it. Maybe the head touches down to the feet. But again, this is not the goal, only if your body naturally goes there. Keep the spine straight. You know, this isn't, at least for myself and the practices I offer, there are places that I can go much deeper, but I'm not a circus performer. And I have to ask myself, what is the purpose of going that deep? And I did go that deep when I first started my yoga journey, you know, a decade and a half ago. And I wanted to do all the intimidating things that I saw in all the pictures, all the really flat to the floor yogis. And over time, as my body got older, it said, hey, that wasn't a good idea. You crossed our boundary too many times. And so I'm having to re-nurture my body to trust me that I know my boundaries. So if you notice that you overextend in your physical practice, notice if you overextend off the mat and if you have boundaries. And if not, maybe it's time to figure those out. Let's come back up. Let's lengthen the legs out in front of us. Paschimottanasana. Take a nice big inhale, lengthen. And an exhale, slowly begin to fold. So maybe the forearms rest on the knees or thighs. Maybe you have a big couch cushion here or two. Maybe you bring a block underneath the seat, whatever you need to do to let this be a kind posture and not one where you're going, Kindness, kindness. Let's bring the chest up. Bring the hands back behind you. Press the palms into the earth. Bend the knees. Plant the feet. Lift the hips. Shoulders beneath you. Let the head drop back. So we're really opening up the arm lines here and pressing through the heels, engaging through the quadriceps to lift the body. And slowly come down, cross the ankles, come forward onto the knees, sit back onto the heels, hands resting on the thighs. Let's take an inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Head dropping in. May we remember to be kind with ourselves, to ground ourselves when things are getting tough, when the waters are getting a bit choppy. Bowing forehead to the earth, hands back behind us. We say namaste and gracias, yogis, for your practice, for your energy, for your presence. So, thank you for joining. Take care of yourselves. Go have a cup of tea, create some art, play some music, sing a song, dance. and have a beautiful evening or morning, wherever you may be in the world. And tune in to all the spaces down below. You can find me, Our Echo, on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube. And maybe I will see you somewhere out in the world, or maybe I'll just see you here.